Questions for Coach?
Coach, over the last few days, been dealing with obviously what happened in Florida, and then your travel being delayed, and eventually getting over. How things been the last few days?
Yeah, we were obviously had Hurricane Milton barreling down on us there in the state of Florida, but our our team of people that prepared this trip and I thought did an outstanding job for us. Made the transition real easy. We just backed the time up, and waited for the weather to kind of clear and get a little bit easier. But it's been good transition coming over. We had a good day yesterday, again today. So guys are in a good spot.
North of Tampa, there were some concerns from players in Tampa maybe about the damage done. There were any such concerns, within your organisation?
In our area, no. We kind of escaped that just a little bit. It went south of us. We just got a lot of wind, some rain, things of that nature. But I know the Buccaneers had to move, and a lot of folks out of Tampa had to move, and hopefully for them everything's okay.
In terms of the schedule, and did you stick to the original schedule and do some things in Jacksonville that you otherwise would have done here, or have you had to change the schedule quite a lot to fit everything in here?
No, pretty much stayed on schedule. Quite frankly, yesterday was a little different, obviously, because we didn't get a chance to practice here. We did some meetings and things once we got into town, but today was back on schedule, kind of normal, and it just allowed for us to get a few more things done on Thursday in Jacksonville before we traveled.
Coach, what time do you normally arrive on Friday morning? And did you cancel practice yesterday because of the late arrival? Yeah,
because we normally would land, call it 6 a.m., 6:30, and get over here and would have a normal Friday, meetings, full practice, things of that nature. But because of the late nature of us leaving at 10 p.m., Thursday night, it put us in here, around 1:30 or so here yesterday afternoon, and with it being dark sooner, just wanted to get some meeting time and then just get the guys off their feet a little bit.
Hey Coach, the AFC South is still all to play for despite the record. You guys are here for 2 weeks, second straight year you've done that. Could you expand on why it's important to find different ways to win? Because it seems like you guys have cracked the code whenever you come over here.
I think coming over here is good for us from the standpoint of it's just us, right? I mean, it's just the team, and we're here for the 2 weeks, 2 games, and kind of away from everything. Whether that's the key to the kingdom or not. I mean, that's it's worked, and guys. But the thing is too, the guys have really handled the travel well. They've handled their business well. I do give them time, to experience London, after the game Monday, before we get ready for the next game. So, but the guys do a really good job of focusing in, and I think too, just the excitement of coming over for the guys makes a difference.
You guys, your first win against the Colts, you saw players on both sides of the ball putting in great performances. How much of a boost has that given you coming over here?
Yeah, it's a huge boost, and we needed that. We needed that for our quarterback, for our team, to figure out a way to win a football game. We've kind of self-inflicted wounds, I guess, early in the season, but we played a pretty good game last week, and held on to the end. It was a great kick. Cam, for his first game-winning kick like that was huge, and just lifted the team, and obviously a division opponent, against the Colts, who played a good game as well. So just overall, the game that we needed.
Coach, you all know the saying very well, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and I'm referring to Tank Bigsby here. How do you assess his impact on the team given his explosiveness?
Yeah, I think Tank's been doing a really good job. He went into this year and still really is in that, in that backup role. TJ's the guy, but Tank is, listen, he's learned. He's learning to play this game and learning to play and run hard and run tough, and he's been the beneficiary of some explosive runs, and you never know when they're going to come, and he's always prepared. It's one thing I appreciate about Tank. The way he practices and the way he plays, the way he prepares. Really, it's no surprise that he's had the success early so far this year.
Your offense has often had multiple backs excel. Do you see that with Travis and Tank? Maybe get back to that?
I do. Travis is dealing, still working through his injury and all of that. But I think you got to have the two guys in two different styles. Obviously, it's a long season. We're still, in week 6 right here, but both guys have done a great job, and TJ's doing a nice job as well.
Coach, do you have any concern about a slow start on Sunday, given the travel changes? And can you give us an update on Evan? Do you expect him to play?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's that concern, I guess, slow start, sluggish, things of that nature. But, these guys have been here before. They know what it's like. And they're prepared and ready to go. And they're excited for this opportunity against a good football team. So, and then in Evan's case, it looks like he's been trending good. He had a good week of practice, so I would lean towards him, playing in this game.
Coach, I want to ask you about Brian Thomas Jr. He's, first in the league when it comes to yards per catch amongst all rookies, second in terms of receiving yards, tied second in the league for touchdowns as well. He's been able to go deep, catching traffic. How impressed have you been with him in his rookie year, in his first 5 games in the league?
It's the reason we drafted him. He's been explosive for us, and the more ways we can find opportunities, we need to do that as a staff offensively. I think Press has done a great job of dialing up the shots when we needed them, and it just, his speed is real. We've talked about that. It shows, on tape, and he's a great learner. He practices well. He's a tough kid, and excited that we have him, and we got to continue to find ways to get him the ball.
Coach, obviously the record's not where you expected to be at this point of the season. What positives can you take from the results you've had this season and the games you've played? Yeah,
I feel like we've, one-score games. We've been in every football game. Every coach would tell you that it's, it's about us, and you just got to focus on getting better, each week, and we've done that, and the guys have really, I think, they've kind of embraced a little bit of, I guess it's ownership or responsibility, obviously, and they know, they know, and we made the corrections last week. We got to continue to improve.
Did you experience any disruption, Coach, other than the flight delay in Wednesday and Thursday in Jacksonville? Were you able to get through your normal?
We did. Yeah, we were able to get through everything normally for those 2 days.
I know you guys ruled him out, but working his way back in this week.
Tyson's doing good. We opened up his window this week. He was able to work on the look teams, this week in practice, and we'll see where he's at next week.
With this being the second year in a row where you've been back to back here in the UK, what can you take from last year, and obviously the experience you had, and how have you learned for this season?
One of the big things is we don't have to move. We get to stay right here at the Grove, which is a beautiful place, and it's our home away from home, as we say. But I just think we know going into the season that we're going to spend time here. Our owner spends a lot of time here in London and the UK, and a lot of fans, here, Jacksonville fans, and a lot of NFL fans, and so we understand that we're going to spend these 10, 11 days over here, and so. It's just a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for our team, for our players, for our fans over here to see that we're going to come over here and make that commitment every year.
I was just going to ask, would you be open to spending more time over here if, say, stadium renovation? Do you need somewhere else to play? Would you be open to playing more than 2 games over?
I think that's something that obviously in the next couple of years with our stadium renovation, it's probably going to be something that's going to be in the conversation at least. We may have to play, 3 games or something over here, which would be okay. Just to stay in one spot has been good. But I know those conversations are coming.
Your defense, in terms of last week, you saw against the Colts, the fumble recovery from Trayvon Walker and the recovery from Hines Allen. No quarterback's been sacked more, apart from 2, than Caleb Williams this season. Has that been on your mind in terms of getting to him? That so far this season the Bears have allowed a lot of sacks in terms of using the defense against them on Sunday.
You know, it's surprising, but at the same time, that's one of the things you appreciate about Caleb is his athleticism, and he's escaped a lot of pressures as well. And you know, he's been able to convert some needy third downs with his legs, and outside the pocket, he's the ability to throw the ball. So it's kind of twofold. You know, if you get a chance to sack him, obviously you got to get him on the ground, but and then when you're outside the pocket, you got to make sure you cover downfield. So, you know, it's a challenge. It's a challenge for our front, and we got to stay disciplined.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody, for being with us.
Thank you, Coach.
Trevor Lawrence.